a win on the road. We've become the road team this year. We know we have to get back to improving our home form for sure. I still will say we played some good soccer in our home games, but certainly on the road we've been very difficult and tough to play against. A lot of good performances tonight. I'll single out Leon Flock as a guy that who's been out for almost 7 to 9 months, and really came in and made a big impact on the outside of midfield and also as the sixth tonight. Really happy for him, and overall a big 3 points when we kind of needed it most.
Thanks, Jim. Todd Lewis.
Thanks, Nico. Jim, you mentioned it, so I might as well bring it up. But you guys, 8 games on the road, you guys remain undefeated. You guys have been tough to play against on the road the last couple of years. Are you noticing anything different this year compared to years past?
Well, first off, Todd, that is the cleanest microphone I've seen on a press conference question in my 10 years as coach here. So congrats on that. But no, look, I think, winning games on the road in this league is really, really hard. Winning any game in this league is really hard, as we've learned, right? So the locker room was, tense, anxious, a little bit more pressure than usual, because let's be honest, in the last 5, 6 seasons, we haven't had a a tough stretch like we've had over the last couple games, and it kind of came quick, right? With some Saturday, Wednesday games and results that went against us, and we didn't have time to recover. Sometimes it is good to, go away. I'm not saying that there's less pressure when you're on the road, but you're not expected to dictate the game and be on top of teams like we usually are at home. So maybe it was good for the guys. And I think you saw tonight, that we're still a really good team. I said it to the guys before. We're at our best too, and we're having fun. We're smiling. We're happy, and that tension, and was kind of gone tonight. So I think you saw a lot of good plays. I think you saw a lot of uh, good possession, good attacking moments, good defensive moments, and a clean sheet. So again, a big game from Oliver as well. He made a couple key saves in that first half, when we're up a man where it could have gone either way. So everybody has to be on the same page, Todd, to get a result on the road, and I think that we executed for the 90 minutes, which was important.
Kyle.
Hey Jim, you mentioned it, but Leon Flock tonight. I mean, that tackle in the first half was incredible coming out of nowhere. But overall thoughts on his performance, and then just overall, like, what does this mean as a head coach to get this win on the road?
Yeah, look, we went because it's our third game in a week, right? We gave McGlynn and Quinney, who have been amazing for us all year. We gave them a little bit of a chance to recover. We knew they'd come into the game and still make a big impact, but we used Leon on that side. The plan was to use him on the left side of the diamond because Carlos Gil drifts over to that area all the time, and he's, let's be honest, the best player that's on the field tonight. So Leon was around him from the start. I think he did a good job on him. What people maybe don't see, I don't know if it always comes off on TV, but I see it every day in training. He closes the ball down and takes the last step quicker than any player I've actually ever seen. His ability to get pressure to the ball, make a deflection, a block, a steal, is really impressive. So big night for Leon. He did a great job. McGlynn came into the game, I thought, and changed it as well with his passing. So a lot of really good performances, and a lot of good accolades to go around. But certainly Leon, on that turf, he's even quicker, and did a great job for us defensively tonight. Because it's not an easy task when Carlos Gil, he has a way of baiting you in, and he gets you to cheat, and he acts like he's going to go to his right foot, but he really not never does, but almost never does. And he gets on that left foot, and then he can play through balls, he can shoot, he can cross, and he's a real weapon. So we did a good job of getting 2 or 3 guys around him a lot tonight, but certainly Leon made a lot of big plays, making him uncomfortable.
Jillian.
Thanks, Nico. Hi, Jim. What does it mean to have this team to have Gazdag and Carranza now in first for most goals scored in the same match by a pair of teammates.
Yeah, it's important. I've said it to you guys a ton. I thought Mikel was good and solid again tonight too. So that's 3 good games in a row for Mikel, which really helps. When we get those guys going, that front 3, they're really tough to handle. And again, Julian scores a big goal for us. It's not an easy one because that cross gets on him quick. Obviously, it's a great ball from Jack, but not an easy header. And then Danny, like I talk about all the time, he has a way of, I always say, going invisible in the box where people just lose track of him in there. And he did a good job finishing off a couple plays. Good composure too, because he could have took a couple of them. First time he stayed calm while everyone else is scrambling and going a million miles an hour, and picked out spots in the net to make the difference. So really good night from him. Statistically, Danny's having a heck of a year. And really happy and proud of him. I think he knows he's got a big competition coming up for Hungary and the Euros, and he wants to show his coach that he wants to be a part of that starting lineup for a great Hungary team. So proud of Danny, happy for him, and continues to hit the back of the net. Julian as well, and yeah, we're lucky to have them here in Philly.
And final question will go to Jose Nunez.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, Jose, all good.
Okay, so I can guarantee you my microphone is nowhere near as good as Todd Lewis's, so bear with me.
That was impressive. I thought I was talking to LL Cool J from like the 90s. Wow.
Honestly, most of us from many, many miles away. But I guess I want to ask you 2 questions in terms of how do you build on this, right? First clean sheet since March 30th. What is the message to really the entire team after a streak of just giving up goals left and right, and some, I think, even using your own words, some mistakes that are totally avoidable?
Yeah, Jose, look, the thing I'd say about the group again, we need everyone, right? We need our fans to stick behind us like they have. Which has been incredible, right? We got some great ovations even in Subaru Park when we went down 2 and 3 goals, which was so unlike us, right? But we needed them to get us back into games, and we made the games again. We lost by a goal, but we still were in those games and scored goals at the end that were called back. So we need everyone. We need the fans. We need our players. And confidence is so razor thin for professional athletes, right? So a win like tonight just gives confidence. It gives a little bit of a relief and a realization that, you know what, we still are a really good team. We can beat anybody. So that part was important. Winning kind of breeds confidence. Professional athletes, when they're confident, they're indestructible, and they don't get tired, and there's no fatigue at the end of the game because you're kind of buzzing and everybody wants to score the next goal. So I think tonight was one of those nights. We recognize that razor thin line where it can go bad or good, and we want to stay on top of things. And it's my job as the coach, and I think it's probably what I'm most proud of my group for over the last 5 seasons, not having these dips, where we do lose multiple games in a row. So I still won't sleep tonight because I'm still mad about the losing streak we have at home. It's been killing me, and it eats at me every night. And I'm probably not the same dad or father, around the house, and I have less patience, and I have to change that kind of thing. So winning, makes us all feel good. It's a justification for how hard these guys have been working, because we're still the same group, right? I'm still the same coach. These are still the same players. But when they get confident and they get going, we can beat anybody. And now my job is to push the right buttons and keep us going in the right direction. So it's been a tough stretch for sure. We don't like losing our home games. I have apologized to the fans. I take the responsibility for that. But again, this group can beat anybody. I think we showed that again tonight.
And Nico, sorry, but quickly, if you could give us an update on Jose, obviously uncharacteristically coming off at halftime. And then my final question, sorry to lump this in, but Jack McGlynn just continuing to get more and more involved game in and game out. Obviously this game specifically coming in a situation maybe where you weren't expecting to bring him in this early. But I mean, you've often talked about how you see players fitting in different leagues and different playing styles. Where do you see Jack's ceiling, and not to predict his future, but where, using your own words or your own sort of description, where do you see Jack maybe excelling best around the globe?
Yeah, first with Jose, it was having kind of chest pains. I had a real hard contact where like the pectoral area and even like internally, he said something did not feel right, and that's a scary thing. So we were proactive and we'll get him off. Obviously, he'll be evaluated and see where he's at. So a little bit unfortunate there. With McGlynn, look, guys, I see it every day in training. He's special. I know he was mad that he didn't start tonight, and that's natural, and that's how I want my players to be. He's been one of our, top players on the season for sure. I just thought third game of the week with 120-minute game, a busy game in our last one where he was active again. Just wanted some fresher legs in the midfield, so 3 or fresher guys. But Jack played great. He did a great job of, controlling the tempo of the game. He's excellent at when does the game need to be sped up? When does it need to slow down? You can give him the ball under pressure. He's got, 3 or 4 outs now where he's very deceptive to get the ball from one side of the field to the other. Players can't just sprint at him to steal the ball because now he is a little deceptive and can kind of dribble around them and get out of trouble. So incredible player. I think he can play anywhere. I would prefer to see him in an attacking league just because he's got such an ability to unlock a defense. So we'll see. PSV would be a great fit at some point at the top team in a great league like Holland where they pass and they move for each other. But he can play anywhere. I really believe that. Germany, Italy, whatever it is, I think he can adjust to the level because his quality and talent is so high.
Thank you, Jim. Best of luck and safe travels.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks, everyone.